All right,
I
so
didn't give you permission to record.
just don't show your face. It's okay. All right, well, thank you everyone for being here for our very first MineTracker 101 of the fall semester. We're going to be talking about event requests and event management. So feel free to stop me at any time if you have any questions or comments or anything. All right, so first off, meet the team. So we have Mallory Prayon. She is the Assistant Director for Student Organization Services for Training Sorority Life and the Terry Scholar Program. And then we have Adriana and myself, Joanna. We are Student Organization Support Interns for this office. So just FYI, we have our virtual office hours for the SOS team. No appointment is necessary. You can stop by Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at these specific times. Hop on, ask us any questions you have, any comments, any problems you're having with your organization, MineTracker, re-registrations, whatever it is. The password is RSO for the Zoom links. If these times don't work for you, feel free to email us and we can schedule an appointment with you at any time. So let us know. All right, so what we're going to talk about in this presentation, we're going to talk about why create a virtual event, how to create a virtual event, who can RSVP, limiting the number of available RSVP spots, why use event ratings, how to view the responses, what to do after submitting, and some ideas for virtual events and in-person events now for the fall. So how to create a virtual event and why create a virtual event first off. I'll get to that next. But so creating a virtual event, especially with COVID going on, it helps to keep your organization engaged and a way for members to communicate with each other and actually see people's faces face-to-face instead of just texting or stuff like that. It kind of makes like a better environment, having meetings online, just communicating with your organization and making them feel like members and kind of a normal aspect of how an organization would usually work within school. It helps to get your organization's name out there on MineTracker if you have a lot of events and submitting news articles and just having your name out there on MineTracker. It allows members to feel like they're interacting with each other and with people. And if you're going to do like recruiting or like how you were doing like the virtual tabling and all that, it just helps to have like a normal feel of how we would be on campus. So I have a question for you all. Have you created a virtual event yet? And if so, how did it turn out? And if not, do you plan on creating one for this semester? I'd like to hear what y'all have to say. You can put it in the chat or you can unmute yourself, whatever you all feel like doing. I know that my personal organization has done like virtual meetings and we're also doing recruitment as well. Daniel said, none at the time, planning a fundraiser for the fall, gift baskets and custom masks. Very cool. At least you guys have something planned. That sounds like a lot of fun. I hope it goes well. Let us know if you need any advice or anything like that. But good luck with that. You're welcome. Anyone else?
I'm having my first virtual event today.
Yay, what are you guys doing?
It's our first general member meeting.
Okay, very cool. I wish you the best of luck. I hope all your members enjoy it. And are you going to do like an icebreaker game or just like strictly business?
I haven't thought about an icebreaker yet. I should though.
I think it'd be fun just to have like a little icebreaker and get everyone kind of excited about the new school year and getting your organization together again. I think it'd be fun. But yeah, good luck. I hope it goes well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. trying to get members back, but it has been challenging. We made a t-shirt contest since August. Very cool. I completely understand that it is hard. It is weird for everyone, but hopefully those members who are sticking with you are like diehard and like want to be there and help you interact, and hopefully you can get more members to come back now that it's the fall semester and everything's kind of coming back. So I hope your t-shirt contest has been going great and continues to go great. All right, so let's move on. Thank you for all your responses, by the way.
I was just going to add one more thing as a reminder to everyone. Joanna mentioned it, that this is a difficult time, right? Everyone is navigating online classes, transitioning, balancing life, school, work in a different way than we ever have before. And so don't get discouraged if your members are a little less participatory or they're a little less engaged. Your engagement level may not look the same as it has in the past, but we're hoping to give you some ideas that you can still utilize to support, engagement, but not, don't get discouraged if your engagement isn't the same as it's been in the past. Any engagement is helpful.
Thank you, Mallory. That is so true. And Daniel, I see SRCA got approved for undergrads to join. So yay, that means more people. That's always a good thing. I hope it goes well and you can do some great recruiting. All right, so let's move on to how to create a virtual event. All right, so when you are creating a virtual event, you're gonna first log into MineTracker and go to your own page. I'm sure you all have probably understood this, but if not, this is a refresher or a great way to learn to start somewhere. So you're going to go into your page and then you're going to click Manage Organization in the top right hand of your organization's page. Be sure that if you don't have Manage Organization, if you don't have the button, be sure to either contact us or contact your previous president or an officer who has this button so they can give you access to get this button, because you're not going to be able to do anything with your organization management wise if you don't have this button. So when you click on Manage Organization, you're going to click on the left side, there's going to be like 3 little horizontal lines. Click on that and then a tool drawer will drop down and you can click Events. Here it will bring up a whole list of all the events your organization has done in the past. You can click on the blue little button that says Create Event, and then it'll bring you to this page where you can just start inputting information about your event. So for a virtual event, there's going to be a tab once you put in like your name, the title of your event, like the description of it. There's going to be a place that says Add Online Location. Here, this is where you will put the link that you're going to have. So like Zoom, Teams, Facebook Messenger, whatever that you use, Blackboard Collaborate, whatever platform, put the link directly there. We recommend putting this, even if it's like a private event, you can still make this event private, but it's just easier for your members, or if this is a public event, it's just easier for someone to click on it, click on your event on MineTracker, and be able to see directly to the event. It just makes the steps a lot easier and probably more people to attend your event. And then under categories, also with there's going to be like online instructions. So here you can put like the meeting ID, the password, if you have any specific instructions like dress code, or like if it's like a themed thing or whatever, like something that's unique to you, you can put that there as well. And so when you scroll down a little bit, there's going to be a little tab that says categories. So when you scroll down to it, you're going to click virtual event. When you click on a category, it's going to show to anyone who's looking at your event, they can like search. So they can search, I don't know, virtual event, for instance, or like academic or wellness, or just any of the categories we have. If you click on it, they'll be able to search through there if they're interested in something specific. All right, so an option that you have is RSVPing. If this is for like a public event or first come, first serve type thing, and you have like a limited amount of space, I would recommend doing the RSVP option. You can limit as many people as you want. You can allow guests. You can have questions. Like, for instance, probably not now, but if we were to have an in-person event and you were going to have food, you could have like questions about like people who are like allergic to food, if they have any allergies, t-shirt sizes, or something like that. It's pretty cool to have, just so you know before they show up. So we're starting to kind of get back to normal, not really, but step by step. So we're allowing in-person events to add a small limit with small groups. Mallory, do we have a limit of amount of people, or do we know yet?
Great question. So there isn't a specific limit. Our recommendation per CDC guidelines is we recommend sticking to events that are 10 people or less, but you can submit event requests for more than 10 people with a safety plan showing us how you're going to have an event with more than 10 people. And there may be some events, like if there are special celebrations or ceremonies or different things that do get approved on a case-by-case basis. So it's not that we have like this number and that's it. We're giving a general recommendation of 10 people because that is what kind of city guidelines are. But that's not to say that you may or may not have a special ceremony or something that's happening, at the end of this semester that you want to put in a request for. And then based on space availability and safety plan, those events will get approved on a case-by-case basis.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So like Mallory said, for creating an in-person event, you're going to have to upload a safety plan. And this means just your plan for how you're going to follow safety precautions like social distancing, wearing masks, how many people are going to be there, where you're going to be, how you're going to just do your event, basically. So we're requiring this, and we're creating a draft right now, and it should be uploaded on our website, like the SCLC website, this week. So hopefully we'll have that up so you can start creating those if you're interested. But it's basically the same steps, the same process as a virtual event. You're just going to have to provide us with the location that you're going to. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty basic, pretty easy. Just to give us a description, just like how you would for a virtual event. Does anyone have any questions so far?
If I could just add a little bit, I know some of y'all might have questions, and feel free to put those in the chat. So we did provide like a safety plan template that kind of helps guide you all in planning your event. So thinking about, as Joanna mentioned, social distancing, thinking about your communication plan, like how are you going to communicate to people that are coming to your event, what they're going to need to do in terms of precautions before, during, are you going to check temperatures? Are you going to have hand sanitizer available? Like what are all of those safety measures in place? So that plan is a guiding document for you to answer some questions, provide all the information that we need. Another big thing is that you'll need to provide an attendee list. So if you are going to have, a small meeting of less than 10 people, you'll have to list every single person that's being invited to that event and include their names and UTEP emails as well. And then you'll need to upload your attendance for that event to help with contact tracing. So just kind of all those things put into one safety plan. You'll submit the MineTracker event request as you normally would, and you'll see some additional questions pop up in your event request that ask you for some of this information, and it'll give you an option to upload your safety plan.
Awesome. Thank you, Mallory. Does anyone have any questions so far? If not, it's okay. Okay, we can move on. You can always put it in the chat and we'll get to it. All right, so who can RSVP? So this setting is made for anyone by default. So anyone, public, UTEP students, anyone can RSVP, but you can make this depending on how your event is going to go. You can make it public, you can make it only for people within UTEP, you can only make it for people within your organization. This is completely up to you. You can also disable it if you don't even want it. You don't even have to touch it, but it's there for you just in case. So limiting the number of available RSV spots, there's an option where you can limit how many. So if, for instance, if you're having a 20-person RSVP event where it's only first come and first serve. So you can have that RSVP available. So those first 20 people are the only ones available to go, who get the information of where it's going to be, all that good stuff. I know within our office, we have like leadership conferences and like events that are only a specific amount of people. We have used the RSVP part of MineTracker to have those people. So like those people who are RSVP'd are the only ones able to go to the event. So if you're interested in more information, you can always go to this link and it will give you more information about it. So why use event rating? Go for it.
Can I chime in really quick before we go to event ratings?
Go for it.
I was just going to mention that even if your event doesn't require an RSVP, I would definitely suggest leaving the RSVP function on there. So if you all notice when you RSVP to a MineTracker event, on your homepage, it automatically has like my upcoming events. And so anything that you've RSVP'd for comes up on your homepage and it makes it easier to access. So if you allow the RSVP function, even if you don't necessarily have a cutoff or you're not looking for an RSVP in order for people to attend, it just allows people to kind of like sign up also. So they can sign up and have it on their kind of list of events that are upcoming. So it makes it easier for them to find it. So that's another good benefit also.
Yes, that's so true. Thank you, Mallory. Okay, so why use event ratings? So this is kind of like how you would rate like a restaurant or like a hotel or something like that. So MineTracker also has this option for the events that you attended. So you can make this available for people who attended your event to rate it and have it come up on your homepage for like future events. And yeah, it's kind of just like a way to tell the public and like your members which events people liked most. So you can create this and it will send a notification to the people who RSVP'd and who attended the event. They'll receive an email and be able to rate the event out of 5 stars and have the option to leave a comment if they would like. And the responses are anonymous, so you won't know who hated your event or you won't know who loved your event. So it's very private. But I recommend this too. This is cool. A cool thing that MineTracker has brought up for events. So it'd be awesome if students started using this so we could tell what events people like the most. Does anyone have any questions about that so far? Let me check the chat. Okay. All right, so how to view responses. So when you log into MineTracker, you're going to go to the Manage View section, click on the tool drawer, click Events, and then click Manage. Scrolling down to the event ratings, you're going to click on the event ratings section, and then it'll show you a preview of all the results so far, assuming that at least one person has submitted their preference of what your event was like for them. And then it'll show you the average score out of the 5 stars displayed on the page, along with how many users each put in their responses. You can also export this if you're wanting to prove it to your advisor or, I don't know, pass it out at cabling or something if you want to like show off how great your event was or something like that. You can always print this out and have it like exported as like an Excel sheet or like just a document that you can show off. And it's, again, anonymous. Nobody can see who submitted it or anything like that. Okay, so when you're going through the process, after the event ratings, there's going to be an option to upload a picture. So you can upload a picture if you have like a picture of like a graphic you have for your event that's going on, or a picture of your organization, or just like a profile picture you use for everything. This is just a great way to get your picture out there, get your name out there on MineTracker, make it more visibly appealing. If you don't upload one, MineTracker will just have like a basic image, depending on like what your event is about. But I would recommend doing this and making it kind of unique for the students and for the public to see if you're wanting to promote it out there. So yeah, you'll just put your image, make sure that it's kind of like the dimensions that it says, because if not, it's kind of cut off and like blurry and kind of gross. So try to be sure that it's like within the dimensions that MineTracker says, and then fill out the additional information if you want like a comment or something like that. And then when you're done, just click submit. So when you're done completely submitting your event on MineTracker, give us, the SOS team, we're the ones who approve it, deny it, all that. Give us up to at least 3 business days to approve it. Within the summer, we were kind of slow, so we were doing it pretty often, but we're starting to get more. Like we got, I think, about 29 over the weekend. So it's starting to pick up again. So give us a few days to approve it, especially the in-person ones, because they have to go like through Mallory and Nicole to get those approved, and we have to view your safety plan and all that. But virtual ones, they're usually pretty quick, but give us at least 3 business days. The person who submits,
Joanna, can I add to that really quick?
Go for it.
I think the business day piece is really key and important to note. So our team in general works Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And there are a few times where we're working like in the evenings or potentially on the weekends, but that's definitely not the norm. So when we say 3 business days, we do mean business days, not just like general days, because if you submit something on a Wednesday, but at 8 p.m., we're not in the office. So the first day that we see it is Thursday. And like as an example, some folks submitted things over the weekend, and then Monday was Labor Day. So our team wasn't officially back in the office working, even remotely, until Tuesday. So they submitted things like on Saturday and thought that they would hear back like first thing on Tuesday, but everything that was submitted over the weekend was in our queue first thing Tuesday morning. So it took us some time to go through those event requests and approve them. So just know that the business day and like business time also matters, because yes, Wednesday might be a business day, but if it's already after hours, the first business day we're going to see that would be the next day.
Yes, thank you for clarifying.
And then in-person event,
go for it.
Of course, no problem. And in-person event requests are going to require at least 1 to 2 weeks notice, especially because of the new regulations with needing a safety plan. We want to make sure that your safety plan includes everything needed to take those precautionary measures, keep yourselves and your members safe. So that review process does take a little bit longer.
Thank you. Okay, so the person who submits the request, who put in all the information and put their contact information, is the one going to be receiving the emails and the notifications about if your event got approved, denied, if we need more information about you about your event or anything like that. So be sure that you're putting in your information if you submitted it. All right, so here's some just basic ideas for events, both virtual and in person. So Zoom meetings, Microsoft Teams meetings, I'm sure we've all had these already, but just to put that out there again, Netflix watch parties, virtual workout sessions, arts and crafts, following a YouTube video, cooking tutorials, virtual game nights. These are really fun if you're just wanting to have like a hangout. I recently heard about Jackbox TV, and it is so fun. They have so many different games. You can get like a party pack for like $12 and you can have it for forever. I highly recommend it. Pictionary, scavenger hunt, those are fun. We've done those within the office. For in-person events, socially distanced picnics, or workouts, or volunteering at like a food pantry or a old folks home or something like that, but socially distanced and aware of all the precautions or stuff like that. So I have another question for you all. What events have you hosted, and do you have any events planned virtually or in person? We've kind of already asked this, but if anyone has anything they haven't said already, I'd love to hear it.
So just to clarify, for like a social event such as a Netflix watch party, we need to submit it on MineTracker as well?
Yes, you do. So just so we can know that you all are being active and having a good time with your organization.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, that, and also I know one, it's important for us to be aware of like what all the student organizations are doing, but also because we are promoting and encouraging students to go to MineTracker to find out what's going on campus. So if you're hosting a Netflix watch party, you know, and it might be just for your members, but you might also be open to having other people, you know, come to your Netflix watch party or just promote it in general. Having it on MineTracker allows you all the opportunity to promote it, because we're encouraging new students, current students to learn about what they can engage with or participate in by going to the MineTracker events tab and looking at all the events that are going on campus, even though they're virtual. So that's really important. Another thing to consider is even if it's a general meeting, that's still important. You know, even though you're having it virtual, it's important to have in MineTracker because we also run reports at the end of the year, and we share information with upper administration about how many events our student organizations hosted, even virtually. But also it allows your team the ability to track who attends your events. So if your organization requires your members to attend, you know, 4 out of 5 events or 4 out of 5 meetings every semester, you can track your attendance and also write in like excuses, write in when folks are unexcused, and all of that is on your attendance section. After you submit the event request, there are all these fun tools afterwards that you can still utilize. So those are just multiple reasons why it's not just submitting the event because you need our approval. It's submitting the event for promotional purposes, for tracking purposes, and then of course for promotion.
Okay, thank you.
I see, Dan, and you said Baton Death March 2021. That is cool. What are you going to do with that? Do you want to elaborate?
So we were going to do it last year, and they got it canceled. We had 17 members from Star and 11 from Sarka to do it, but we canceled it. They are giving us the first round choice of any of the volunteer slots available before they open it up to the public, because we had such a big team for last year, and we had 2 of our students actually doing the Death March last year.
Dang, that is
So
awesome.
we're working on getting a list. There's 24 different volunteer opportunities the week of and the day after the Baton Death March, and it ranges from traffic control, driving a bus back and forth from the pickup place in Las Cruces, helping set up the resale booth, working the resale booth. The biggest one that I'm trying to get everybody to do is doing the breakfast with volunteer breakfast serving with the actual survivors.
That is so cool. That is a great goal. And so you said March of 2021. Hopefully this is all over by then and it'll be able to happen, because that would be so awesome and a great experience for all of your organization members. I wish you
Yeah,
all.
we're waiting for our program director and advisor to approve it to open it up to everybody on UTEP, because the director at White Sands wants to have like one contact group to take care of everybody from UTEP.
Wow, that is so cool. That would be awesome if you could get like more students involved to be able to help with that. And like,
Yeah,
promote your organization too, because I'm sure a lot of people would love to help out with that, because that is an awesome experience.
from the numbers, it looks like 300 volunteers are needed,
That would be cool.
and that's the whole week, starting I think it's Tuesday through Sunday, and then they need 50 on Monday to help just clean up White Sands on the base of all the helping the maintenance guys clean up and move barriers back to locations in the mornings.
So cool. Yeah, like Mallory said, reach out to us. We would love to help you plan that and promote it, because that is super cool.
Yeah, we're just waiting for approval from the advisor and our program director to put it out there, because we're going to run it both through SARCA and through the MRC.
Okay. Yeah, once it gets approved, let us know, because that'd be awesome.
I will.
Yeah, thanks for telling us about that. That's so cool. All right. So we have some more MineTracker 101 sessions coming up. So on the September 28th at 1 o'clock, we'll be talking about roster organization and management. And then October 15th, utilizing the forms tool. And then October 29th, managing the service hours on MineTracker. So you can RSVP on those, and I hope to see you all there. This is super fun. And then another program, the SOS team has the SOAP sessions. Adriana leads those. So our next one is actually tomorrow. She'll be talking about virtual organization management. So more about how to manage specifically within your organization. So it's gonna be fun. She would love if you all attended. It'd be super cool. And then she has member engagement and motivation on the 7th of October, officer roles and transitions on November 11th, and preparing for spring 2021 registration on December 2nd. So you all are welcome to attend those as well. So here are some announcements. Fall 2020 re-registration is open. The deadline is September 30th, so be sure that you get that in. If you already have submitted it and you haven't heard anything back from us, bear with us. We have a lot of re-registrations coming in, so we are trying to get those as soon as possible, but it has been crazy and hectic. So we will get to you soon. Give us like 2 weeks to get them all done. I promise we'll be there with you. Make sure if you haven't submitted it, make sure that you submit it soon. We have a checklist and guideline available for you to follow. A lot of people are getting denied with their registrations because they're not providing all the bylaws and constitutional exact statements that we require. So in the guidelines and checklists, we have this for you, exactly what you have to include, so it can just be a super easy process and you can get approved the first time. So be sure to look at this. You can find it under the campus links on the homepage on MineTracker. And you'll submit this on MineTracker as well. So does anyone have any questions about this so far? I know this is kind of a big thing for the semester. Or Mallory, do you have anything to say?
Nope, just a reminder to please review your constitutions. I think we really organized a lot of the new information and requirements, so almost everyone needs a constitution update, even if it's just to add 1 or 2 lines of required statements. So please make sure to look out for that constitution guideline and those mandatory statements before you submit.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions? So as always, you can find us online at UTEP SCLC for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're always posting about upcoming events, promoting organizations, promoting department stuff. So we're always busy on there. If you have any questions, we'll stay after a little bit, but you can always email us at sos@utep.edu, where we'll be there to answer any questions you have. But if not, I want to thank you all so much for joining today. I actually have a little assessment that I would love for you all to take after this. Let me put it in the chat really quick. I'm going to stop recording really quick.